The casino parking lot brings back unpleasant memories for Katie Peters.
My stepdad actually took me and my sister for a car ride. He said, well, let's go get some ice cream. And we didn't end up going and getting some ice cream, actually. We ended up going to the casino. My stepdad said he'll be right back, you just be a few minutes. Well, a few minutes turned into an hour turned into 2 hours.
Her stepfather was a gambling addict. This led to arguments, no money for food or gas, and eventually the family split.
I noticed that my dad started stealing money from my mom, her paychecks, taking them to the bank, cashing them, and taking them directly to the casino.
Peter's story is not a new one. According to Saskatchewan's Gambling Awareness Program, 1.2% of the general population in the province is addicted to gambling. More report they have problems in their life from the pastime.
However, there's a larger group aside from them who are on the verge of addiction. They're still functioning in society, but their future's kind of hanging in the balance.
The Canadian Partnership for Responsible Gambling reports 33% of gambling revenue in the province is derived from chronic gamblers.
And people with a gambling addiction are actually 2 times more likely to attempt suicide than somebody struggling with any other kind of addiction.
Right.
Veteran counselor Kathy Dixon says gamblers develop a psychological dependency.
It's the quiet. There's certain types of gambling that affect certain types of the brain and release the natural opiates in the brain that make you feel good, make you feel excited.
Chronic gamblers are less likely to seek treatment and tend to isolate themselves in comparison to drug and alcohol addicts.
It's your thinking and your thought processes. It's I'm feeling lucky. I can figure out the rhythm of this. I can figure out how to win on the machines, that type of thing. I've got lucky numbers for the lottery.
The provincial government and FSIN allocate funds to problem gambling initiatives. In 2013, $2.5 million was spent on awareness, research, and treatment. Richard Ahenecue says floor staff at all 6-run SIGA casinos receive responsible gambling training.
We can only go as far as the patron allows us to go. And that's so if they say everything's fine and they don't want to be bothered, then unfortunately we have to leave. But in the situations where they do want to talk, we'll take them aside, we'll have a coffee with them. We'll do whatever we need to in order to try and get a better understanding of what they're going through.
Patrons can also voluntarily ban themselves from casinos.
We do get quite a few self-exclusions. Now, by quite a few, I'm not saying hundreds or thousands, but we do get self-exclusions that a lot of them range anywhere from people who have lost a great deal of money to people who just feel they're spending a little too much time here and just need a little bit of a break.
GAP tries to educate the public with presentations to youth and seniors. They say friends and family should step in if they notice warning signs.
If they have lost track while gambling for how much time they've spent, if they've lost control of how much money that they're spending, if they begin chasing their losses, trying to win them back.
Spending more and more and more time just sitting there in front of a machine. Are they lying about where they are? Are they borrowing money? Are they stealing money? Are they pawning things?
But too often, people don't realize the scope of their addiction until it's too late.
One of the saddest stories I heard was of a residential school survivor who had gotten their residential school compensation package and had lost it via a slot machine or a VLT machine within 6 months. And it was more than $100,000. And then they sat there after having suffered so much in residential schools and had a benefit package for it, and then they ended up with nothing. But I heard a story of a farmer who lost his wife and his kids and his entire farm in his 60s. So he had worked hard his entire life, working the land, and found a casino, developed an addiction quickly, and lost everything before he was even truly ready to retire.
Peters wants others to realize the consequences of their actions.
Even just seeing others gambling in my family, it still affects me because I'd rather them save that money than spending it.
The Gambling Awareness Program has a website and helps people link to counseling and peer support. The province also has a toll-free 24-hour gambling helpline. For Shaw, I'm Lisa Risom.